the truth.
If we can just talk about the surpassing Kobe first. A lot of these guys who've been passing on the list are, historical figures in the game. The fact that you played with Kobe, Team USA, against it for so many years and had that personal relationship, does that mean anything different just with this whole process?
It does. It does in the fact that, when I was a kid, when I was in high school, I was growing up through the ranks when Kobe came into the league. He was, it wasn't a dream of mine to come straight, from high school at that point in time to the NBA. But I was like, wow, a 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid being able to make that leap, that's pretty damn cool. And as I started playing more ball and I went into high school, the things that he was doing on the floor, I, admired and wanted to be a part of. I went to ABCD camp, and he came and talked to all the kids that was there, and I happened to be one of the kids that was there, and I was just listening. I was just trying to soak everything up I could, And I remember one thing that he said. He was like, if you want to try to be, great at it, or want to be one of the greats, you got to put the work in. There's no substitution to work. And I was a 15-year-old kid at that camp. You can actually find the footage of him at that camp. And in 2001, I believe I was playing in New Jersey, and the All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all can correct me, was in Philly, right? Yeah, that Saturday, me and Maverick drove to the Intercontinental downtown Philadelphia, and he gave me a pair of his shoes, which I ended up wearing that following night. It was the red, white, and blue Kobe's. I was a 15, and he was a 14, and I wore them anyways. And I sat and just talked to him for a little bit. He gave me the shoes. I rocked them in the game. And it was the same night that we played Oak Hill against Melo. And then I saw what he was able to do the very next night, winning MVP here in Philly. That following night. As I got drafted, I still just admired him. Seeing what he was able to accomplish, winning championships, having, being early in his career where, he learned from the misses that he had against the series against Utah, and he just used that as motivation and got better and better and better to him winning multiple championships, and continued to admire him throughout my high school rank. And then as competitors, just seeing the work ethic that he put into the game. He had zero flaws offensively, zero. You backed off of him, he could shoot the three. You body him up a little bit, he can go around you. He can shoot the mid-range, he can post, he can make free throws. He had zero flaws offensively. And, that's something that I admired as well, just being at a point where the defense will always be at bay, where they couldn't guard you at all offensively, where you just felt like you was just immortal offensively because of your skill set and your work ethic. We take it down to 2008 where we become the Redeem team, and it was a dream come true for me to be able to line up alongside of him. Just admiring him for so many years, and seeing him from afar, and then being able to be in practices with him, and me watching and learning. So on. I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much. The story is just too much. It doesn't make sense. And just to make a long story short, now I'm here in the Lakers uniform in Philadelphia, where he's from, where one of the first time I ever met him, gave me his shoes, he won All-Star Week. It's surreal. It doesn't make no sense, but the universe just puts things in your life, and when you live in the right way, or you just giving everything to whatever you're doing, things happen organically, and it's not supposed to make sense, but it just happens. And I'm happy to be in any conversation with Kobe being Bryant, one of the all-time greatest basketball players to ever play, one of the all-time greatest Lakers. The man got 2 jerseys hanging up in Staples Center. It's just crazy.
AD, tough loss for you guys. What happened out there in your opinion? Was it the turnovers or a lot of missed threes?
Both. Me and LJ had a ton of turns, 7 out of 9 in the first quarter. He ended up with 8, I ended up with 5. And, for a team who likes to get in transition, we turn the ball over. You know, they get out and run, and that's when they're at their best. So we came in and said we wanted to limit their transition points, and I think out of the first quarter, they had 17 off our turnovers in the first quarter. So we had to be better in that department. And then, you know, we only made 6 threes tonight. You know,
That's unusual for you guys.
Yeah, we didn't shoot the ball extremely well from 3. So, and it was like long rebounds, and it gets them out and running. So, you know, we battled back. It's tough loss for it though.
Despite the loss, what was it like to see LeBron going to 3rd on the all-time scoring list?
Amazing. You know, a guy who's a willing passer, who wants to pass, and still be able to score the basketball, move up to 3rd, you know, in a Laker uniform, passing Kobe. You know, I'm happy I got the assist for him, and I'm just happy to be a part of the team. You know, he's done great things. He broke so many records this season, and I'm happy for him, and he deserves everything he's getting.
Philly went on a run to start the third quarter. Did you feel like sort of waiting for that milestone to happen made the team a little tight at all, or?
No, you know, they're a good team. I mean, they're now 21-2 at home. You know, they really don't lose at home, and you know, we missed a lot of shots early in the third. They pushed the ball. You know, got a guy who's 6'10", pushing the ball, finding guys, and you know, we had some bad rotations on him and on their shooters, and they were able to knock down some threes. So it was on us on the defensive end, but you know, no matter what the score, we're gonna keep fighting. We were able to battle back. I think cut it to 5, and then we went cold again. You know, and then had some timely turnovers, and they was able to go down and capitalize on them turnovers. So we fought, but you just gotta find ways to, you know, close games. And when you're down that much, you know, everything has to damn near go perfect for you. And we cut it to 5 and just ran out of ammo at the end.
You have a professional connection with Ben off the court. I'm sure you've played with him in the summertime and everything like that. What did you see from him on the court tonight?
I mean, he was aggressive. He was aggressive to pass early, and then towards the end, you know, we got caught. It's some bad switching, you know, communication things from the players' end, and you know, he was able to finish and attack the basket. You know, he's been playing like that since he's been in the league for guys, you know, backing off of him and everything, and you know, he's only 6'10". You know, he's able to finish over guys. He made some tough shots, but like I say, he's real good in transition. When we turn the ball over and he's pushing, he's not looking to score, he's looking to find guys, and you know, they made shots tonight.
Something else unusual for you guys tonight, you lead the league in block shots, but had only 1 as a team. That doesn't happen very often, does it?
No. Like I said, a lot of their points were in the paint. I mean, on a 3. They didn't really get to the paint much, but then if they did, it was wide open. It was wide open dunks or layups, so we got to do a better job containing the basketball. And then if somebody do get beat, we got to have our defense there to help on the weak side. But we got to be better defensively, and then, you know, like I said, cut down on our turnovers.
Clippers on Tuesday, what's that going to mean?
Going to mean a lot. I mean, like I said, we pride ourselves on not losing 2 in a row, so, you know, obviously they beat us twice this year, but, you know, we're going to go back and then, you know, get ready for those guys and try to get that one.
Hey, Frank, just some of the missed shots and the turnovers and the energy Philly seemed to have an advantage of it. What did you see for the most part in that in terms of if it was a differentiation from what you usually have or if it was this night specifically?
With our missed shots?
Just the energy level and how Philly came out and if that had anything to do with it.
Well, you know, they punched us in the first quarter. You know, we knew they were going to come out strong. They're a great home team. Saturday night game, we know it was going to be an electric crowd, and it was. You know, I thought we withstood the first punch, continued to fight throughout the game. I thought we didn't play well, but I thought we played hard as hell. And a number of guys diving on the floors for loose balls, really competing, but it just wasn't enough.
Caruso and KCP in that second half, was that part of what you were talking about with the energy and getting the team back into it?
Yeah, those 2 guys in particular played with great defensive energy, deflecting the ball, you know, like I said, diving on the floor, you know, just being active and, you know, really energized the group.
Once you cut it to 5 with about 3 minutes to go, what do you think the difference was in Philly making that final push?
Yeah, we just had a handful of possessions. There were empty possessions for us that, you know, they capitalized. You know, they came down and made a couple shots. We missed a couple, you know, decent looks, and you know, they were able to break the game back open.
You know, it was adverse circumstances in the third quarter for your team, but when LeBron had that moment and Philly called the timeout, did you allow yourself to kind of feel anything about that, being around that?
No, it was just a great historic moment, for our franchise, for LeBron himself. Very special to be a part of it.
Sims has been an all-star. He was a top pick in this league, but what did you think of his performance tonight?
He was terrific. He's a beast, man. He's a pick your poison guy. If you bring too much help, he's an elite passer, and you pick you apart at the three-point line, which they were doing in the first half, and you play him with single coverage, and he punishes you at the rim. So he was terrific tonight.
That's 5 road games in 8 days. What do you come away with this trip thinking about your team?
Good trip. We fought hard every single night, and we got 3 wins. In difficult places to win, and we'll get back to LA, reset, and try to get the next one.
The Sixers' length is obviously a part of why they're able to force so many turnovers. What would you, going forward, going forward is the wrong way to phrase it, but what would you like to see?
Yeah, we had to be, especially in that first quarter. Is what we talked about all day in our team meeting this morning and in pregame film. That they've got great defensive length on the perimeter and are very active, extending, denying, looking to strip, looking to tip from behind. And sometimes you just have to feel it. You can talk about it all you want, but you just got to feel it. So we didn't do a good enough job to start the game. Settled down a little bit with it, but overall not good enough.
LeBron's free throws have been down this season, and you've talked about that. When he gets to the line like he did tonight, is that sort of what you expect based on his style of play for him to get to the line that often?
Yeah, we want him to push and touch the paint as much as we can. When he touches the paint, great things happen, and he was great doing that tonight.
You guys had 19 threes against Brooklyn, I'm pretty sure, season high, and tonight 6 for 31 or somewhere along those ways. Different type of looks, or dead legs at the end of a road trip? Any explanation for it?
Yeah, I think it was mostly dead legs at the end of the trip. We got a lot of good looks that we weren't able to knock down short on a lot of shots, and but the quality wasn't quite what it was the other night. We were more aggressive attacking the paint last game, and not enough paint to great threes tonight.